And a good morning to you, rugby fans. A beautiful sunrise is coming over Atlanta, Georgia, here at Silverbacks Park. National Collegiate Rugby's All-Star Weekend. This is the final All-Star pool play. John Broker with Olympian Abby Gustaitis bringing you day two. We're bringing you the finals later on. Darian Lovelace working in as well. Great day of rugby coming. A Lone Star in blue set to kick off to Florida in the black and pink. Great teams looking to continue their move here. Getting a start right away. A little frost on the turf this morning, but they are ready to go. Vivian Smiley takes first touch of the ball here for this Florida team in black and pink, as you see there, working their way forward early. The first game of the day. A little chilly out here, a little tough. It's going to warm up into the 50s today. Ball comes cross field. There's some room on the corner. Room on the corner starting to disappear. Player has to take that one into contact. Cutshaw comes in over the top of that one. They move off to that left-hand side. Denzi Joseph made that initial pass. Break coming here from Rosenblum, Jessica Rosenblum. They come back across to this left-hand side. They have numbers, but they're going to keep it tight. That's Desney Joseph again. First penalty of the day. Player not releasing there from this Florida team. And off go the Lone Star. Armadillos, the Armadillos. Wrapping around right there. Looking off to that right-hand side, trying to get there early, but cold ball is going to wreak some havoc there. So they're back on this one. Referee will pull us back up. Good full minute and a half of play right there to get us started, Abby. How's your morning?
Well, I'm still cold, but hopefully that first 90 seconds of rugby warmed these players up. They're young, they're pliable, they're getting after it at 8 o'clock in the morning here in Georgia. But really slow, methodical possession from Lone Star. As we're seeing one of those Lone Star players get a yellow card, not sure what the infringement was, but she will be off to the sideline for 2 full minutes, which means Florida here will have the woman overlap, see if they can exploit it.
They're at it right now, but that pass went forward right at the 22 there. So we're going to back be a scrum for Lone Star. They will get an opportunity to burn some time off the clock here. So the opportunity goes begging there for this Florida team.
Have a look here. Player, ball goes back. Looks a little unintentional from my view. Again, I'm not down there on the pitch, but ball back in Lone Star's hands. They do have the woman down, so just 2 in the back line.
Quick pickup there from Lone Star. They may score shorthanded here. That's Kaylee Goodwin. Kaylee Goodwin, the senior from University of North Texas, touches down 5. Shorthanded try, always nice for these teams.
Kaylee Goodwin, she was brilliant on defense yesterday. Have a look. She's the scrum half. She puts it in. The hooker does not come out on Florida. So that woman in the middle of the pitch, she has to get out to defend the 9. And there is no one at home, so Goodwin just heads up play. No one in the backfield. She gets in for 5. Opens this up even with a woman down.
Kick is going to be no good. We're at 5-0 with about 3 minutes to play, or 4 minutes to play in this first half. Player in the bin still for Lone Star, but they put 5 points on the board. We will see if Florida can answer this. Short kick there into the hands of Amelia Cutshaw. Cutshaw hit right away, the sophomore from University of Florida. Argalise gets that ball to Jeremio. Jeremio keeps it moving. They're out to the width now with that extra player, but the pass just sails over the top. Battle for the ball here. Was that player hit before they got there? Referee says, let's play. We're fine. A nice break here for Florida. Up the left-hand side. 1 player to beat. Not going to happen. The offload is there. Lone Star, however, down on that one. And this, a penalty on the ground there right in front of the referee. They had knocked that one off, but they were good to go.
Playing the ball on the ground was Lone Star, but have a look at that shot put in from Lone Star. Really strong defensive effort, but Florida back on the attack here. Ball in hand, and remember, they still have that extra player on the pitch, but keep your eyes on Kirkley wearing number 6 for Lone Star. Doing a lot of defensive work and well-earned ball back, and full complement of 7 as we see the player returning to the pitch. So left-hand scrum for Lone Star.
Good work there from Lone Star. They burned off those 2 minutes. They scored a try. They put in some big hits. You saw that tackle. That one will wake you up. And they are ready to go now. Full complement of players, as Abby said. And it will be Kaylee Goodwin to put this one in.
Love to see them try and stretch the pitch. They're all on this half. Heaps of room over there to work with.
Goodwin moves that one, but it just falls under there for Bella Rankin. And they put the ball to the air. They're trying to use some space out there. Cutshaw going on it for this Florida team. Tackled near the touchline, into touch. So the result will be an opportunity here for Lone Star with a line out from the right-hand side of the field.
Definitely a different tactic. Kicked the ball deep to the right. It wasn't necessarily for Kirkley, but in a space where she could potentially get to. I'd much rather see them keep that ball in hand, tighten up, and then have a go with it.
Ball there to Lone Star, but knocked around, comes back their way, so they're going to continue playing, but a big interception, just a straightforward look at that one. Looks like a Rosenblum headed for the line there, and it is Rosenblum, Jessica Rosenblum, the junior from Florida State. What vision right there, just to anticipate that coming right downfield, and no one was going to stop her.
Rosenblum coming up with the answer for Florida. And, you know, what a perfect pass straight to Rosenblum. See, the Lone Star player just didn't have a glance. She was in that passing channel for far too long. Lone Star need to have a look, keep that ball in hand. But what a nudge. That conversion through the sticks for Florida to take the lead. They're definitely the underdogs in this matchup, but leading by 2 at the point.
Day 2 can be a big moment for these teams, so good on the 2 points there. They will continue moving. They've split their attack here on the restart. And Florida 7-5 up on this Lone Star team. Ball bounces in and over the 22. Space up the middle of the field, but not going to materialize. You're going to reset this one. Got runners either way, a 2-on-2 matchup either way, so they have to find that weak point. And it gets knocked forward there seemingly, but comes back to this Lone Star team. A referee didn't spot that potential knock-on, so Lone Star working from inside their 22 again. Good defense here from Florida. Remington Gillis takes that one in, but then moves it out. Little wraparound pass there. Do they have the pace on the outside? Some space materializing. A big handoff right there. A Morning Fend, another Morning Fend. Player going for the line here for this Lone Star team. What a run. Right in and over is this the space. Ball on the ground. Have to be careful. Cannot get isolated. Players coming in and over. A referee bringing this one back. And whistles us seemingly for halftime there. So 7-5, Florida leads Lone Star. Some late excitement there. Both these teams are here to run. We'll be back in a minute with second half action.
In our game, we play with our hearts. We don't play with sticks, bats, or gloves. We don't wear shoulder pads or helmets. We keep playing when it hurts. And we leave everything on the field. What we wear must be built for our game.
Welcome back. It is 7-5. Florida leads Lone Star here in this first match of the day. Final pool match. John Broker, Abby Gustitis. Abby, interesting so far.
We have Florida in the lead by 2 points, but we see Leah Lockerman on the field. We see Talesi Ufatafe, and they are here to play a few quick changes, and I'm expecting a big lift from this Lone Star side.
Giesick takes that one. It is in Uatafe's hands, and as Abby just said, this player can change things. Look at that handoff. Good skills to pass that ball. Back to Giesick. Crossfield now. They have one runner out wide. They're drifting a little here, so that defense comes up and just drop that ball. So knock on. It's going to be a scrum here for this Florida team. So attempt nearly a break down that left-hand side, then a mistake gives the opportunity here to Florida.
They created that space on the edge, got the go forward from Uatafe, and then just unable to hold on to it. Hands not quite warm yet. So Florida with the put in, all their backs out to the right, quite narrow.
Ball comes back here to Lone Star. They're going to play. They're on the run. Lone Star through Kaylee Goodwin. She's across halfway. She's got one player in chase. It is a big one. A little slow down, a little speed up. She is on the ground, able to get that one back, trying to come in and over it. A referee has whistled us here. We'll see what the call is. Everybody was a little gamesmanship at the breakdown there, but it's going to go a penalty to Florida.
Disappointing from Lone Star. Goodwin with an incredible break up the middle of the pitch, but all of her teammates in the backfield left her hanging.
And that kick downfield, they're just looking for the line out there. They waited a couple seconds, but it was taken in a hurry. We'll see what happened here.
Goodwin, she needs to throw that left-hand fend out. She tries to use the feet, the swerve, and then gets dinged. It's a little bit of a 50-50 call for me, but ball back with Florida. See if Lone Star can apply some pressure.
Lone Star is up. Ball winds up in Lone Star hands. Goodwin moves the ball out to Uatafe. Uatafe gets it into the center of the field to Isis Davis. Isis Davis pushes it out wide there, and they are on the run through Leah Lockerman. Leah Lockerman coming around the corner, and it touches down. Great work there, Lockerman. And those are two of the players Abby just talked about. So you're getting the real deal here with the analysis. These two players come on the field. They made a huge difference. Lockerman gets the 5 points.
It all starts from the turnover from the line out, but Leah Lockerman, first touch of the ball, first try, and she takes her team into the lead into this final pool play match to put them in the best possible position with a victory here. She was on form yesterday, scoring plenty of tries, so she knows where that try zone is.
Lead change here through that Lockerman try, so it is a 3-point game in favor of Lone Star at the moment. Lone Star looking to move. Make sure you download the NCR app if you have not. You can follow all of it. These are going to go after this round. There's 3 more games. They'll put people into consolation and championship brackets. Those will play through the day. The semifinals will be here on Stadium Field. Field 2 out there. We're also going to bring the Rising Stars semifinals and finals later on. Everything wrapping up around 2 o'clock Eastern. Break here for Florida. In the meantime, Field cutting out on this player. Just taken into touch there is Gannett. So it's going to be a line out here for this Lone Star Armadillos team.
We saw a lot of lineouts yesterday. We're seeing it again today. Inexperience from my perspective of getting taken into touch. That's on the ball carrier.
Ball not straight there, so choice for this Florida team. They're going to choose another line out here. Interesting call.
So you actually have the option to go for the line out, or you get a free kick at the 15-meter, which is basically just a quick tap. It's very interesting to go for the line out, given it's 50-50, and now they have given up the ball, and Lone Star choosing a scrum.
Lone Star taking the scrum here, gives them that room. You have Lockerman on the outside, and at first receiver, you have Uatafe that we've been talking about there. So 2 big threats once you condense those players in the scrum with Goodwin feeding them. So definitely some threats across the board here for Lone Star. Kaylee Goodwin, that one goes back to Florida. Smiley cross field, dummies to one player, gets it out to that open space. We may have another lead change coming here as Cutshaw is headed to the corner, and Cutshaw is going to get that one to the ground. Try awarded. We have a lead change 12-10 to this Florida team. So as time winds away, 2 minutes left, we have a game on our hands.
Lone Star unable to hook, heads up play from Florida. Gannett gets the ball out, and Smiley with the dummy. They have the runner coming in from Jaramillo, but it is Cutshaw. We saw her find the try zone earlier. She is in the corner, too quick for Uatafe, and Florida take that lead right back. We have ourselves a ball game, and Cutshaw a well-earned rest as she goes off to the sideline.
Yeah, the Florida Gator is going to take the rest of this one off. Coach is trusting the rest of the team to carry them through, but it's just 2 points here. So we'll see how Lone Star respond in this chilly Atlanta morning here at Silverbacks Park. After this one, we will have Allegheny All-Stars going to be taking on the Midwest All-Stars for All-Star games this morning as that hangs up in the air. Taken by Giesick. Giesick looking for some runners. Ball bounces. Got to watch this slippery turf here. But Uatafe has it. Not the pass you would have wanted to put in there to Lockerman. Lockerman makes sure of it. Lockerman looking to pass through a couple people. Gets it to Uatafe. And there is one thing you cannot teach is those Jets. Uatafe, such a brilliant player, sees it around the outside and is just gliding in right now. And Uatafe touches down 5 points. Another lead change, time running down.
Let's get a round of applause for the dynamic duo that is Uatafe and Lockerman. It wasn't a pretty bit of skills. It was probably a bit of luck. But the athleticism, the awareness, the footwork, Lockerman passes it off, just a little dink to a steaming Uatafe down the pitch, and she pulls her team right back ahead as that clock is winding down. We will have one final kickoff.
And Alicia Giesick, the senior from Okinawa, Japan, plays for Sam Houston State, converted that one, so adds to the lead for this Lone Star team. Just 5 points, so it will be unconverted try, ties it up. There is no time here, but referee says it's time for a restart. So Uatafe hangs a knuckleball up there. It bounces back nearly into the hands of one of the Lone Star players in Lockerman. But it is Florida ball. Battle for the ball, referee up and spots a penalty. So not what the Lone Star team would have wanted. Florida's going to go quick here. Florida can't get isolated. 2 players coming in over that one. Did that player release? Referee whistles. It got knocked on there. So that's going to be a late try there from this Lone Star team. Seals at 17-12. First game of the day done. We'll be back in just a couple of minutes with Allegheny taking on Midwest.
Play with our hearts. We don't play with sticks, bats, or gloves. We don't wear shoulder pads or helmets. We keep playing when it hurts. And we leave everything on the field. What we wear must be built for our game.
Let's get ready. Major League Rugby is now.
This is the moment we waited for. Everything you want is right here. We gon' give them what they came for. We gon' take it up from last year.
The Rugby Network is giving you all the free MLR content you want, live and on demand. Never miss a hit, never miss a try, never miss your team. MLR on TRN. Never miss a match.
Welcome back to Silverbacks Park, National Collegiate Rugby All-Star Weekend, game number 2 of the morning, All-Stars final round of pool play. We have Allegheny in the yellow and black, looking a little Pittsburgh Steelers-ish. Going to be kicking off to Midwest in all green. John Broker with Olympian Abby Gustitis again, bringing you these first 2. Great day of rugby coming for us. Lots of threats across these teams.
Both of these teams had some cracking matches yesterday. Few players on each side to keep your eyes on. Link for the Midwest, Dallas for Allegheny, but we are underway here just outside Atlanta.
Dannert takes that one in for Midwest on their first touch, a sophomore from Winona State. Come back across the left to Ellie Zek. She is a key kind of setup player, gets a lot of players in space for this Midwest team. Yurchek takes the corner. Yurchek hands off another one. Yurchek looking for the run here, gets the ball away to Anna Chung. Chung is at the 40-meter line of Allegheny. Fast start here for Midwest. Allegheny in and over that one. Can they rip that ball away? A referee says they did, and they did so fairly, so it is theirs. It is Allegheny ball here. Allegheny take it up through Taylor Powell. Powell takes that one to the ground. Powell, the junior from University of Cincinnati. Ball and defender come at the same time there for Hannah Mitchell. So Mitchell takes that one to the ground. Big fight coming in from the Midwest. Referee keeping an eye on this, but everything seems to be okay. Ball goes back there for Allegheny.
And then ball to Midwest. And for me, I love that pressure, that aggression at the breakdown. Look at the fight shown, that ability to put pressure on the 9 to make a perfect pass to their first receiver. And Midwest get the outcome thereafter, which is ball in hand and an attacking scrum in Allegheny's half.
Scrum here for this Midwest team, just at the 40-meter line of Allegheny. Plenty of work to do here, looking for their first points. 1:40 gone in this first 7-minute half. Running across, looking to open up space, and they do. Midwest, however, puts it over Dannert's head. So Dannert has to take that one to the deck. Allegheny player needs to roll away and does. Referee says all good. Let's keep playing here as Hastings puts that one out. Ball slips out of the hand there. A little bit of a low pass into the hand of Allegheny. Referee has an advantage, scrum advantage to this Allegheny team. Allegheny moves their players wide. Dahlia Hill, we've seen her on the outside, takes the first receiver ball this time, takes it to the ground. Powell in and over that one. Good to go. Morgan Mattia gets the ball to Mitchell, and now they're looking for the width. A little offload there, nicely sliced right through. That is Lucille O'Donnell. She's got company. Lucille O'Donnell takes it to the ground. She's got a player with her there, and O'Donnell keeps moving that one in. Weber was in and over that ball, but Allegheny's going to get it back. Good fight for it there as Dobransky. Dobransky comes around, has a runner. Can they get to the corner? That's Tasman Boyce. That is the Wheeling University Cardinal, and it is Tamsin Boyce that is going to touch down that try. The Irish-born player, 5 points, first point to this Allegheny team, but not without a lot of hard work.
Tamsin Boyce gets her name on the score sheet, and Allegheny just 6 players on their pitch, on their feet. Has a look, knows she can beat the player. I love that playmaking from Morgan Mattia in the middle of the pitch. And then Boyce ends up with the 5-pointer in order to start this one out strong.
Kick is no good there, so we're at 5-0, 3.5 minutes to go in this first half. Exciting matchup so far. Both teams here to run, certainly. Tamsin Boyce gets to try. I haven't seen her in full flight. She's got a good speed yet this weekend. Ball into the hands of the Midwest. Spills forward there. But the referee might have his back turned just for a second there, but he did see it. So it's going to be a scrum here for Allegheny. A mistake off the restart. Not what the Midwest would have wanted, but great attacking position here for Allegheny.
It's a little frustrating watching. We're not seeing a lot of kickoffs taken on the full this weekend, and that's just a little bit of skill. There's that indecision creeping in, which leads to these errors, and you gift the ball back to your opposition. Then you're forced to defend again.
Ball coming in here from Dahlia Hill from Malta, Ohio. Interior architecture major at Ohio University is going to pick that one up, and she is on the go. Not going to make it all the way. Boyce has to come in and clean that out. Ball is there. They've got a couple of runners to this left-hand side. Ball is held. That one up over the head. Not the pass they would want to get that going, but O'Donnell is going to take that one to ground. Powell's going to come in, clean that off. They have good ball coming here. Tamsin Boyce looking for the space. Does it materialize? Does not. She gets half through. Has to go to the ground. Ball coming from Mitchell. Mattia. Ball out there to Dobransky. Dobransky puts it back up into the hands of Morgan Mattia, and Morgan Mattia is in the try zone. Morgan Mattia brings to 10 the grad student from University of Pittsburgh. Great record behind her. And WRCRA 15 under 30 award recipient. Has done a lot in rugby already. Scores a try here.
Mattia in the middle of the pitch. Mattia on the edge of the pitch. Keep your eyes on that player. She set up the first try. She scores the second try. And she has her team off to a commanding start. They're really in control of this match so far.
Glance at the paper there. Started talking about Mattia. NCR, two-time All-American. NCR Small College All-Star. NCR College All-Star National Champion 22-23. Small College All-Star MVP, Mid-Atlantic 15's All-Star, and that 15 under 30 recipient. Done quite a lot in her rugby career so far.
Are you out of breath just reading her resume?
I was going to save that for the flight home. Ball down to Midwest. Midwest trails 10-0 right now. Midwest. Spill another one not long after the restart. Scrum for Allegheny.
So what you'll see from Midwest is they're really static on attack. They're just waiting for that ball to get to them, and then they're reaching for it instead of just being soft on your toes, going to get the ball, being adaptable in the moment. Instead, really putting a lot of pressure on the pass, and given these conditions, that's a tough ask.
Ball in again from Dahlia Hill. To the outside, Link in the game makes that tackle. The University of Northern Iowa player plays it illegally on the ground, so it's going to be penalty here for Allegheny. Referee is going to bring them back to the mark for that one, but opportunity before the end of this half to add another 5 or 7 to their tally. Powell takes the first pass. Not exactly what Dobransky would have wanted there, but they're going to be able to recycle that one. Dahlia Hill, runner coming on an end angle there beautifully. Didn't know if they were going to go to Madia. Madia is able to offload that one to Hill. Dahlia Hill takes it back into contact, able to get up. Referee says that's fine, so ball's on the ground. They've got a runner on the outside. That's Emily Dobransky. Dobransky caught with a high tackle. So another penalty here for Allegheny. Allegheny can go quick. They have some threats out wide here, but they're going to slow it down, have a set piece move coming. Set piece penalty move, I should say. Ball to Powell. She's been a key first target here as the ball comes out there to Madia. They were looking to get it out to Tamsin Boyce. Tamsin Boyce gets a bouncing ball, and the Midwest gets it. Midwest could cut this lead in half with a try here at the end. They've got some numbers. They've got a 2-on-1 on the outside here. You've got Tamsin Boyce coming across on Link. Link is not going to get past that first line of defense. So tackle there looked like... Couldn't text see who that was, pardon me. So Dahlia Hill comes in and makes that tackle. Ball goes forward. Referee going to continue to play here. Dannert has a hold of it. Dannert is at the 50. Dannert gets a big saving tackle there from Tamsin Boyce. Midwest on the outside. Midwest looking to run here. That's Yurchek. Yurchek gets tackled at 22. So good late flourish in the half. 5 points or 7 would be huge for them and their actual mood and attitude going into the second half. Clean ball there. They do have a player down. Ball to Ivy Lawson. Ivy Lawson looking for a runner. Gets it to Chung. Chung just about 8 or 9 meters out. Bit of turn of fortune here late in this half. Momentum going their way, but late penalty against Midwest. So error at that breakdown. Very, very fortunate there for Allegheny.
Frustrating for Midwest just when they're picking up that momentum, getting down the pitch. A little ill-disciplined, but what a massive error from Allegheny. Can Midwest capitalize?
Big mistake
yes,
here, referee.
They can. The referee's arm goes up. Yurchek is in the corner just when you thought we would go to halftime. It's a missed kick from Allegheny. They were looking to send this in to the 2-minute break. It doesn't find touch. It finds Yurchek, and she says, thank you very much. I will take those 5 points.
That is an error there from Allegheny. They put that ball, as you said, looking to get in a touch. Didn't get enough leg on it. Yurchek, the wherewithal to take that. What a play by the Midwest. Link, tough kick here, but they've cut the lead in half at least. And that is halftime, 10-5 here to Allegheny. Midwest scoring off that mistake at the end. We'll step aside for a minute, be back with second half action in a moment.
In our game, we play with our hearts. We don't play with sticks, bats, or gloves. We don't wear shoulder pads or helmets. We keep playing when it hurts. And we leave everything on the field. What we wear must be built for our game.
Let's get ready. Major League Rugby is now.
This is the moment we waited for. Everything you want is right here. We gon' give them what they came for. We gon' take it up from last year.
The Rugby Network is giving you all the free MLR content you want, live and on demand. Never miss a hit, never miss a try, never miss your team. MLR on TRN. never miss a match.
We are back. It is 10-5 off a late opportunist try from the Midwest there. Some good work. Momentum swung a little bit at the end of the Midwest. Midwest trails 10-5 against Allegheny. John Broker, Abby Gustitis, Midwest in green, going to be kicking off to Allegheny. Allegheny has brought Alexis Dallas on the field, another wheeling player, and a very dynamic player at that. Allegheny really moves here. That's Maya Weber coming in. Ball slips over Samatkoski, however, and they have to take it to the ground. Midwest trying to rip that one away and have done. Midwest could draw this level or go ahead with a try here. We'll see where they come to as a ball moves out there from Ellie Jack. Link misses that one, so knocked forward, going to come back to Allegheny. Opportunity for them. They were almost under pressure in their own half.
Running that down line was Link. I'd love to see her hold her feet, keep her width from her inside player, and use that space at the top of your screen. So ball back with Allegheny. As you mentioned, Alexis Dallas is back. And right now they have the opportunity here. You see Link defending Dallas. She knows she's gonna come weak, but looks like feeding from Dallas. She was a little too eager with that one, so ball back to Midwest.
Yeah, she wanted the ball back in hand, so she saw that Link wisely was over there knowing Dallas was probably going to go. She is a very talented player all around. Ball down there for Midwest. They're at the 22. Dallas comes in, drives that one off. Ball in the middle of the field. Can they make this happen? Ball out wide for the Midwest. That's Marlowe. Marlowe not tackled. So Allegheny has to come in and do the work again. 5 meters out are the Midwest. A try would tie it up, but that one is turned over right there. Ball to Allegheny. Allegheny take it to the ground about 15 meters out. Link trying to go in and dig that one out of there. The University of Northern Iowa player. Is she off her feet that time? Alexis Dallas takes a hold of this one. Alexis Dallas has to go to ground. She feeds it up in the air. Allegheny inside their 22. Nice little one-handed catch there. Have Boyce. Boyce doesn't get the head of steam she would like, but she's across the 22. So to the ground they go. But quickly in and over that is the Midwest. Turn it over. Didn't know if the player released, but Ellie Zek is going to have that ball and get it to Link. Link is going to step a couple. She has Dallas to deal with and sneaks through. And Morgan Link, a key player for this team, is in under the post. And it is a tie game here in Atlanta.
Morgan Link, ever instrumental for the Midwest All-Stars, adds her name to the try scorers. Sheck with the quick tap, Link with the right foot step and then the left foot step. Really strong work there, the balance and then the acceleration to get herself into the try zone. And it looks like the conversion is good as well. So we have ourselves a lead change.
Lead change indeed. Midwest up 12-10 here. They are going to kick the restart. Plenty of time. 4 minutes to go. Allegheny having some discussions here. Ball is at midfield. See if they make any changes. Alia Springer hit that conversion right back in. That's off the foot, but it winds up in Link's hands. It winds up back to the Midwest. So a little error off the restart now from Allegheny. That happened to Midwest in the first half, so it's going to be a battle. Player rolls away from Allegheny, so they're good to go. Midwest on the move. Springer in the first receiver role. It gets it to Marlowe. Marlowe's been making big ground here. Tries to get that ball out. Knocked down, probably intentionally so. See what the referee comes back with. Not inside the 22, but he may give a card anyway. And that is going to be Alexis Dallas off the field for 2 minutes. That's a big loss.
Huge loss, but she knew exactly what she was doing. She put that arm out, slapped the ball down. Number 8, Alexis Dallas. You cannot do that. It's slowing the entire game down. The whole point of sevens is we want to play quickly. And Midwest, I see the opportunity here to go for the scrum. Not mad about it, but you are eating away at the 2-minute clock. That's a lot of time to have a woman advantage on the pitch. I would have preferred a quick tap if I was their coach or on the field.
Zek will put this one in. They are one player up, but that one taken away seemingly by Allegheny. Ball on the ground. Link gets there quickly. Link, U20 camp invitee. for USA Rugby. Ball comes out to the right-hand side there for the Midwest. McRae working her way towards the line. Ball popped up there, working into the try that are near the try zone. Not quite there yet. Here come the Midwest, and they get another penalty. Player in, supporting themselves with their hands. They're at the try line. They're over the try line. Midwest starting to pour it on with Alexis Dallas in the bin. They get another 5 points.
And that's when the quick tap is effective. Link knew exactly where she needed to go, and that's the rugby IQ, that's the game management that you want of your leaders on the field. You see Marlowe celebrating in the background. I love that. It was McRae with the try scoring, but the awareness and drive from Link to set it up.
That one is no good, so it is a 7-point lead here for the Midwest with 1 minute, 20 seconds to go. So big moments here for this team. Still shorthanded for the restart are Allegheny. Allegheny need a converted try to tie it up. Maybe looking at some standings issues as we go towards the semifinals later. Last kick like this was bobbled. This one winds up right in Midwest hands. Did it go forward? Referee says it did. We're going to come here for a scrum to Allegheny.
One last defensive ask of the Midwest in order to finish this off with a win. They seem to be remaining at 6 players for this scrum, which is a little frustrating if you're Allegheny. Now, if you're Midwest, you don't want to commit any penalties. That will be the downfall of this.
Yeah, that would bring Dallas back on the field, because it must be right at that split-second 2-minute mark where the referee said, no, we have to have this scrum before we can bring that player back in. So it's going to be a ball in here from Annabelle Shim, but taken away by the Midwest, so better result than they could ask for. Goes through Link's hands, but no problem there as it comes out to Ella Muller.
The commentator's curse of Alexis Dallas returning to the field. She's having a look at the scoreboard as she comes on. I like that. That's heads up play. Nice drive there from Midwest, and then through the hands of Link. She needed to let that ball go. Disappointing there. Ella Mueller had to release her winger, so they're back on the defending side of this scrum.
You see Link again to that left-hand side for Midwest because they're expecting Dallas to come here. Big push, and here comes Alexis Dallas. Alexis Dallas and Link. She is powerful, Alexis Dallas, but Link is giving everything she has. Little spin move there from Allegheny, so able to keep that ball, and it winds up in Scabaloni's hands. Scabaloni gets it back to Annabelle Shim. Shim to the ground. Player coming over there, that is Link. Link has gotten this one. 2 key moments there from Morgan Link late in this game. Big tackle on Alexis Dallas, and now the ball is there. We are at time on the clock, so any stoppage could end this game except for a penalty, of course. But that's a knock-on. We'll see if the referee has any time. He does not. It is a Midwest win, 17-10. That is that. An exciting matchup there. We're going to have a North Atlantic and Big Ten coming up in just a minute. Abby is going to leave the booth for a little bit, and there's going to be Darian Lovelace coming in. We'll be back with the next game in just a moment.
Let's get ready. Major League Rugby is now.
This is the moment we waited for. Everything you want is right here. We gon' give them what they came for. We gon' take it up from last year.
The Rugby Network is giving you all the free MLR content you want, live and on demand. Never miss a hit, never miss a try, never miss your team. MLR on TRN. Never miss a match.
our hearts. We don't play with sticks, bats, or gloves. We don't wear shoulder pads or helmets. We keep playing when it hurts. And we leave everything on the field. What we wear must be built for our game.
Welcome back. We are in the final round of pool play here at National Collegiate Rugby's Collegiate Rugby All-Stars Women's Sevens National Cup. It is all-star play. We have 2 more games to go before their pools are done. Decide who's going to the championship and the consolation after this. This is the Big Ten is going to be kicking off. They're wearing the gray with Big Ten written in huge letters in the front. They're kicking off to North Atlantic in white. John Broker, Darian Lovelace bringing you this one. Nice high kick. Is it going to make 10? It goes right into the hands of a Big Ten player. Couldn't have started your game any better. North Atlantic putting in some power ball to Madison Wright. Move that. It is still a little cold and chilly here in this Atlanta morning. Let's talk about that in just a second. Come back across without contact. So immediately North Atlantic having to play some defense. Ball around the corner there for the Big Ten. This is Bailey Barton. Bailey Barton has had a great weekend so far, and Bailey Barton is going to touch down. The senior from Purdue, she's a biology major from Chesterfield, Missouri. 5 points for this Big Ten team. Great start.
And you couldn't have asked for a better one. The Big Ten, right from the jump, were able to get that kickoff cleanly. It automatically sends a statement to the North Atlantic side. We see here the work rate that is showed by both teams to work it to the left. They cut back inside, and then everybody is realigned back on the right. It makes it so that the defense is already looking to the left, and it's a lot of ground to cover to come back to this right-hand side. And then this is just individual effort here. Being able to release your speedsters. Right there, Barton just has nowhere to go but forward, and then being able to power through. The Big Ten are definitely making a statement here early on. We haven't seen a lot of teams be able to be untouched when they work it to one side and then work it back to another. That's a really big skill set for the Big Ten.
Bailey Barton, 5'11", good strong power there. That good handoff fend. Wonderful work when she got on the outside. Great team play there from the Big Ten as the ball bounces. It might have been an early tackle, but a referee says we're good to go. So North Atlantic has it. North Atlantic looks to the outside quickly through Breeby and cannot get there. Playing a little close to the line, so defense up quick, but winding and finding Sarah Durant. Sarah Durant's going to get just about the 40-meter line. Still going forward, gets her knee to the ground, so that's clean ball. The referee makes sure everybody's onside there. A little move to the outside. Ball there, good pass. There's some space. Nice left step. Step off the right, going to the left. They work their way back. That is Caitlin Boggs. Caitlin Boggs going to the ground there. Dynas comes in now, quickly out into the hands of sorry, that's not Pasquarello there. We'll get that number for you in just a second. Out there to Durant. Ball to Breeby, back up in the air. It's in the hands. A waiting player there for North Atlantic. Quickly to Durant. Durant looking for the line. Breeby. In Breeby. Seems to have knocked it on there. Referee and assistant referee going to confer. We'll see what the decision is, but good work from this North Atlantic team.
Yeah, they kept the ball going continuously. No mishandling errors there. They are going to award a no try. So it looks like it was a knock on. It just looked a little bit forceful. It's important that whenever you're going to ground, you've got to make sure that when you extend, that the ball gets grounded here. A nice cut back inside. The space is there, but right here she just needed to go to ground. Reaching out the extra arm there just makes it a little bit too much sauce. So that's going to have to get called back for a knock on. But the Big Ten, I mean, whenever somebody knocks it on in the try zone, it's a heavy ask to get them to run about 95 meters down to their own end.
Ball out here from the Big Ten. Big Ten from their own line. Spill that one. The referee's going to whistle. It will come back and be a scrum here for North Atlantic. So 5 points have gone to Big Ten, but a great attacking opportunity here for this North Atlantic team.
Yeah, both sides have showed throughout the weekend that they're capable of scoring. They do have their speedsters. They have their powerful runners. It's all going to be about making sure that you take care of the ball and that the ball goes to hand and that you're setting a nice platform for the attack.
Ball out there from North Atlantic. This time they are going to make no mistake about it. They're going to score that try. It might have been Avis Akers there. Try awarded to North Atlantic.
And it was just a matter of time before North Atlantic was just able to field this one. They've spent a lot of time down in this end, so this try is very well deserved. We've had about 2 minutes down here, so it's about time that North Atlantic score. But I will say that the Big Ten make it extremely hard. That was a long passage of play, so North Atlantic are really going to have to make the most of all of their opportunities when they're down in this end against the Big Ten.
Avis Akers, player from the Coast Guard Academy, scored that one. Akers from Kennebunk, Maine, studying in New London, Connecticut at the academy there. They get underway again through Chow. Chow puts a long one in there over the head of the Big Ten. So they have to scramble. Ball bounces, takes an interesting one. So under pressure, deep in their own end. Get the ball to Barton. Barton gets the ball away and a line break from inside. There is some speed coming. That looks like Mia Blocker on the run. We have seen her from this distance earlier. Mia Blocker is going to take this one nearly the distance to Columbia City, Indiana native. Goes to the University of Notre Dame. Touches it down there. Great try. Lead change here going towards the Big Ten.
And Blocker was just patient there. It wasn't the prettiest kickoff return, but here's the ball movement. They get it away from the pressure area, and then Blocker runs a beautiful straightening line. The defense is kind of shifting to the right. It's making it tough to be able to make those hard tackles. And with speed and pace like Blocker, you can't give her much room to run. Right there, and the North Atlantic get a little bit flat-footed, and then that just leads to a beautiful try. And then as soon as she gets even an inch, she's going to run a mile.
Going to be a restart for this Big Ten team. That was good. So it's 12-5, 7 points in it. Conversion was good. Big Ten gets us going. That one hits before 10. It's going to roll. Referee's going to bring it back. So free kick. They can take a scrum. It's going to be North Atlantic ball at midfield.
And if you're North Atlantic right now, I would really take my time. This is probably going to be the last play of the series, so it's important for them to cook up something before the half.
They get the ball, North Atlantic. Akers gets started. Ball now, quick distribution. Caitlin Boggs has some defenders around her. Tries to swat one away, gets the ball back there. Good break there. Konechny taking it towards the line. She's got company, but she's got 5 points. And late in the half, Darian Lovelace said this might be the last move, and it might have been. So it is a 2-point game. Kick to come right in front of the post here for North Atlantic.
The Big Ten, we haven't seen them get caught around the breakdown or ball watching, but right in the back we see Barton. Everybody folds to the left, and it's the work rate that's coming across to the right-hand side. We've seen her time and time again make those big plays, and now it's just time for her to reap the benefits of those rewards. It's about time that Kaninsky scores between the sticks. Looks like that's going to be the half. So we're at 12-12 all, and these all-star pools are really giving us a run for the money.
Yeah, good stuff on a Sunday morning here in Atlanta. We're going to step aside for just a minute. Be back with the second half after this.
In our game, we play with our hearts. We don't play with sticks, bats, or gloves. We don't wear shoulder pads or helmets. We keep playing when it hurts. And we leave everything on the field. What we wear must be built for our game.
Let's get ready. Major League Rugby is now.
This is the moment we waited for. Everything you want is right here. We gon' give them what they came for. We gon' take it up from last year.
The Rugby Network is giving you all the free MLR content you want, live and on demand. Never miss a hit, never miss a try, never miss your team. MLR on TRN. Never miss a match.
We are back with the second half. It's going to be North Atlantic to kick off to Big Ten. John Broker, Darian Lovelace here at the National Collegiate Rugby All-Star Weekend. It is a tie game, 12-all. Last pool game before they get put to championship or consolation semifinals. So big moments for these teams. They need some wins here. North Atlantic is going to push that one along into the shade. A beautiful day shaping up here in Atlanta. Been a bit cold, had some snow earlier this week. They're going to be in the 50s, more typical for this time of year in beautiful Atlanta, Georgia, as the corner opens up and then closes down for the Big Ten. Big Ten ball in hand. Had some good play here in the first half. Bailey Barton, one of the try scorers. They move that ball wide. Player gets it just a little flat, so no head of steam. Nice offload. They're going to come back across a ball. Spills there. Knocked on by Big Ten, so opportunity for North Atlantic here. Their fans are excited. We are ready to play.
Yeah, that's just unfortunate for Big Ten. We saw them, their first try of the match was because they worked it to one end and then they did their best to keep the ball alive, to keep the flow of the game going. The ball does go to hand here and you see them get very excited about moving it back the other way, but then unfortunately she just kind of loses sight of the ball.
Ball in from North Atlantic from that tight head side, but it comes back to Big Ten. So good result here for the Big Ten off of their mistake. That one off of a knee, so referee says that's fine to keep playing. They're playing a little tight here, looking for the corner. That offload, looking for a danger runner on the outside, but that one drops. It's a little miscommunication, a little lack of cohesion there on that one. So it's going to go back to a North Atlantic ball. So they have another opportunity for a scrum here with everything tied up. 5.5 minutes to go in this matchup.
Yeah, that's twice now for the Big Ten that they get caught, unfortunately, in a situation where they're running away from the ball. Right here, ball's just not going to hand. It already kind of starts, and you almost get a BOGO on the passes that aren't going to hands here. They do well to reset and then move it, but like I said, just moving away from the ball, it's important to cut in first and then make your way out.
Free kick here for Akers to take. Akers, the Coast Guard civil engineering major, looking at that line, finds an outside runner there in Pasquarello. Pasquarello is near the line. Can they touch this one down? A referee says indeed. It is Hannah Pasquarello, the junior from Plymouth State University. She's from Arena, Mass. She has 5 points on the board.
The power and the pace and the heads-up play. Typically, whenever we get that short arm, that means that it's go time here, and Akers does a good job of making acres of room here for her mates. And then Pasquallo just being able to drop the shoulder, bully over top. That's 3 Big Ten players on the top, and she manages to make it look easy. That's an important score, especially as we're starting to dwindle into about midway through the second half. Big Ten are really going to have to band together here.
5 points for North Atlantic. Big Ten will receive this restart. 4 minutes to go in this second half. Final pool play game after this will be Rugby Northeast taking on upstate New York, the Snow Leopards. Ball bouncer well taken there by the Big Ten. Big Ten into contact. Big drive in from North Atlantic. Can they turn this over? A ball comes up. They're fine to go. Jewel moves that ball out to middle of the field. Barton would like to get this done on her own. She has been powerful. Has to launch that ball back, cut off 2 players, cut off the space, then tried to get it back in. Nothing happening. Should be North Atlantic ball.
Yeah, Barton, they're just getting caught doing a little bit too much there. And Boggs, kudos to that defensive play. I mean, maintaining the defensive structure, staying in the line, makes it easy to kind of corral Barton into the sideline. And that defender, she never misses.
Ball up over the top there, but it's going to bounce towards North Atlantic. A little kick ahead there from Barton. So Barton is pretty determined here as she goes soccer style. Who's it going to bounce for? It's going to bounce for her again, but out of the back of the try zone here at Silverbacks Park. But A for effort.
A+ for effort. I mean, she definitely pinned it back here. It's just unfortunate. You can just see the hustle, and this is the final match of pool play, so this is everything. At that point, what really needs to happen is Barton, she kicks it forward, and then she's going to have to try her best to land on it. They're trying to corral it in. She kicks it again, and being that close to the try zone, sometimes it's just important to just fall on top of it, just so that you kind of avoid the 22-meter dropout.
It's a 22 drop, and this ball just has to go across the line barely off of somebody's foot. And these Big Ten players are back a little further. This has happened a couple of times this week where the team didn't really take advantage of it. But that one's going to roll towards touch, so it's going to be deeper Big Ten line out here. So probably a good result for North Atlantic.
Yeah, if you're Big Ten, especially if a team isn't going to do that cheeky little move there at the 22, then you've got to make sure that you field those kickoffs, keep the ball in play. Right now, Big Ten need to do their best to get back down in this try zone, especially seeing as how we've only got about 2 minutes left.
Ball up, that one sails over and towards this North Atlantic team. They have a scrum advantage, so it was knocked down by the Big Ten. Player wanted to go quick there, did Akers, but referee said, no, I'm pretty sure I know what I'm talking about here. You know, that goal line drop in the 22 there, I think in 15 so much. Now there's so many goal line drops that have to go 5 meters that at 22 right here, these players are just kind of sitting back off it like they're definitely going to kick it long.
Yeah, and Big Ten, I mean, just missing that line out, it touches hands, so it's important to make sure that you field those. We're seeing Big Ten really lose possession a lot due to their own mishandlings, and the North Atlantic are really doing a good job of maintaining possession.
Pasquarello gives a little switch pass back in there to Konechny. A little bundled up here, but they get the ball out into the hands of Konechny again. Big collision in the middle of the field. Barton cannot force it there and commits a penalty, up with a high tackle. So Akers ready to go. Akers gets the ball out there to Orozco. Orozco, that's a little chip forward. It's rolling towards the line. This is interesting. Ball here to Big Ten. Big Ten, a little spin move. Comes in from Madison Wright. But they're at their 5-meter line. 95 meters to go. They're down 7 here with about 40 seconds to go. So there's an awful lot of work to be done. The ball goes to the ground from Barton. 3 defenders closing in here on this Big Ten runner. But it can happen if they would make it will that way. Now they have runners. Big Ten, good defensive work here. Players just shifting Ball there to Jewell. Jewell makes a break. Elizabeth Jewell is across halfway. Elizabeth Jewell, the junior from Michigan State, is headed towards the line. She's got one player to beat it. It's a foot race. Can't get under the post, but in a kickable position. We could have a tie game momentarily.
Jewell, what a gem. What a gem of a play there, especially with that Barton. They did a beautiful switch play off of this, right? They get it to one side, they move it to the left. Barton does a hard drag, and when she does that, it just leaves space open for Jewell, and then this is just individual effort. Being able to wrap around the defense, recognize the speed and the pace, and trying to generate that space for yourself really gets her the go forward that they need. And with a kick to come where Jewell could convert her own try, this is important.
That one is no good, however, so that's going to end up there 19-17. North Atlantic is going to win that one despite the best effort there from the Big Ten. We're going to step away for just a second. Last pool game before the semifinals. Rugby Northeast versus Upstate New York, the Snow Leopards. Stick with us.
Rugby is all about feeling. The feeling when you crouch, when you bind, when you set. The feeling when you go into that first defender. The feeling when you make that first tackle. The feeling when you take that first hit. We are that feeling. We are contact. We are Rhino.
Let's get ready. Major League Rugby is now.
This is the moment we waited for. Everything you want is right here. We gon' give them what they came for. We gon' take it up from last year.
The Rugby Network is giving you all the free MLR content you want, live and on demand. Never miss a hit, never miss a try, never miss your team. MLR on TRN. Never miss a match.
Welcome back. There's a dance party in the stands. Bell Rowan there, but we have the upstate New York Snow Leopards kicking off to Rugby Northeast. Last All-Stars pool game. Let's go to the NCR app. Their NCR website. Download the app. You can see the brackets that will be coming later on. After this, we'll take a little break. It's going to be the semifinals, champion semifinals for Rising Stars, followed by semifinals for All-Stars. Then we get into the medal round. Right now, Rugby Northeast has the ball. The ball didn't go 10, so the battle of upstate New York versus Rugby Northeast, neighbors up there. Rugby Northeast gets the ball to Grimes. The Snow Leopards in trying to dig that one out. Referee happy with how that's going to materialize. They come to the left-hand side. Defense was pretty lined up there. So Anna Griffiths has to work that ball, puts a little pass in there across the 40-meter line. Nice offload there. Chiaffi looking for a run. Chiaffi looking for somebody to pass to. Ball went back, but kicked forward by the Snow Leopards, so they're good to go. Peterson moves it across field to Griffiths. Around the corner goes Bichot Dunner. And that player right there, Courtney Bichot Dunner, has done this a couple of times. Finds herself some space. Players get the ball in front of her. A senior from Brooklyn at Northeastern can beat a player at will. What skill level she has.
Yeah, in rugby especially, we talk about how certain players that you know are your speedsters, you have to make sure that you're in their face. And right there, Rugby Northeast, they know that they have the Snow Leopards committed to this left-hand side, so they move it to the right. And she has been patient all weekend, maintaining the width, maintaining the space, and when she has her moment, she really makes them count.
So that kick was no good. We're at 5-0. 5 minutes to go in this first half. Final pool game here. Like I said, take a little break. And have the Rising Stars semifinal starting about 9:55 a.m. Eastern here in beautiful Atlanta as it starts to warm up to Darian's liking.
Yes.
Hopefully today. Bichot Dunner now called in to do the defensive duties and does just that. Great tracking, drives a player towards the touchline and into touch. Very intelligent defensive stand there.
Yeah, and like we were just talking about, not only do you have to mark her on attack, you've got to mark her on defense, which is really tough. We've got Wilt on the outside, who is one of their try scorers with upstate New York. We haven't seen her with a lot of ball movement there. The moment that you realize that you're going to be corner flagged by somebody who's faster, cut back into your support, stay away from the sideline.
Wilt nearly gets tackled, but gets the ball away. He's on the wraparound here. Space is there, but again, Bichot Dunner makes a tackle and forces the knock-on. So all three big actions by Bichot Dunner so far really in this game. So Rugby Northeast will be pleased with her play as of now.
What's scary about Bichot Dunner is that she doesn't tire, right? Typically, those players that make big play after big play after big play, you've got to hope that at some point they run out of gas. And she just seems to be revving up. Upstate New York are going to have to figure out ways to get the ball away from her on a continual basis. Basically, we used to call it headhunting, where you just keep the ball away from that number specifically. But that seems to be the only game plan that Upstate New York really has to execute.
Yeah, that's Bichot Dunner reads it so well, which is such a big deal here. So a little show of the ball, going to keep it. Bichot Dunner was the threat, but Rugby Northeast get her the ball now, and she puts the pace on there. But good work there from Peterson to lead her in. Bichot Dunner has two. Peterson has a great little show of the ball there off of that break, and then the pass to Dunner. So Peterson, the junior from Simsbury, Connecticut, another Northeastern player. So Northeastern to Northeastern.
What's funny is that we just talked about keeping an eye on Dunner, and right there they do, but just the shoot through the line of the center, and then the fly half just not matching the energy there. Right there, we just see Smith get caught a little bit flat-footed, and then the support play that comes in from Bichot Dunner. But that was all set up by Peterson. She recognizes that they're threatened by Dunner, and then whenever Peterson sees that space open up, she's able to attack as well.
That kick was good, so we're at 12-0 for Rugby Northeast. Rugby Northeast gets us going. Oh, and there is sun shining in that field. I was here last weekend for the men's as well, so this is pretty much the first bit of sun I've seen in a few days. So these players will appreciate it as well. It was a bit colder and rainier last week. Snow during the week, but today is supposed to go into the 50s, pretty temperate for Atlanta this time of year. So when we get to the final, it should be nice. A little miscue there from upstate New York, not what they needed. Uncharacteristic. The Snow Leopards have been very good throughout this tournament on both teams, but that one good. Work at the breakdown, so Snow Leopards are going to get this one back. We're running out of time here, under 2 minutes to go. 2 Bishat Dunner tries. They go for the kick. They spot some space in back. 2 players coming onto it. That's Wilt. It's in Bishat Dunner's hands. Able to get that ball away. In the tackle from Wilt. Penalty against the Snow Leopards. Things not going their way. High tackle, so slowing it down are Rugby Northeast. See where they decide to go. They bring the ball out to the left-hand side here. Into Bishat Dunner's hands. She finds the space. Past the defender there. That is another try. Is this a hat trick? It certainly is, as Gersitz couldn't make the tackle, so Bishat Dunner is really be shot out of a cannon into the try zone. Sorry, I'm using Darian's kind of lines here.
No, that's good. I liked it. Retweet for Bishat Dunner. We see her getting subbed off now. It looks like, I mean, that is a well-deserved rest. We see her repeated performance, the talent that she's shown. I mean, this is why they're called all-stars. They just have the ability to continuously work hard, showcase their abilities in the best possible way. They have the center stage right now. Bishat Dunner really did a job well done to showcase what she's capable of. Now that she's off the pitch, though, hopefully upstate New York will be able to open up and get some points on the board.
She gave them the first 15 points they needed there. So good tries from her. Upstate New York opportunity. 28 seconds left in this half. Player tackle there, good offload. Coming across is this defense from Rugby Northeast. But at the 22, players there working hard at the breakdown. They've got runners out wide if they can move it. They get it to Gersitz. Gersitz gets it into the middle of the field. One more runner on the outside. That's Wilt. Wilt has also been a try-scoring phenom this week. A little slowdown, a little speed up, and Wilt is going to change a little fortune here for upstate New York. At the death of the first half, that is 5 points they needed very clearly. Kick to come, could put 7 on, make it a more interesting second half. A little time to get out of the bed this morning, but upstate New York, great try to Wilt.
Yeah, Wilt, she was all over the Instagram page for the NCR yesterday just because she has the speed and the confidence to finish the job here. And it's about time now that she doesn't have Bishat Dunner out on the pitch chasing her down. The space really opens up for Wilt, and with Ramsey out there as well, she does so good, and she's such a selfless player. So that was a well-deserved try for the upstate New York side.
So that kick was good, 19-7 at halftime. We'll step aside for a second, and we'll be back with the second half right after this.
In our game, we play with our hearts. We don't play with sticks, bats, or gloves. We don't wear shoulder pads or helmets. We keep playing when it hurts. And we leave everything on the field. What we wear must be built for our game.
Let's get ready. Major League Rugby is now.
This is the moment we waited for. Everything you want is right here. We gon' give them what it came for. We gon' take it up from last year.
The Rugby Network is giving you all the free MLR content you want, live and on demand. Never miss a hit, never miss a try, never miss your team. MLR on TRN. Never miss a match.
We are back at Silverbacks Park. It's the National Collegiate Rugby All-Stars. Let's see, Women's National Cup 2025. John Brook with Darren Lovelace. Last 7 minutes of pool play. Rugby Northeast has had the run of it, but a late try from Wilt for upstate New York. The Snow Leopards put them back in contention, so they are going to look to come out strong here, and they do right away. That's McKenna Ramsey from St. Bonaventure. Moving that ball, looking to get it wide quickly. Clear messages coming in there from Alyssa Denger and Meredith Pike, their coaches, but a run into touch for upstate New York. There's Kumapai, so it's going to be a line in here for Rugby Northeast.
Double no whenever you get close to that sideline. I feel like Abby and I, we sound like broken records, but you have to work back inside. The moment that you beat one defender, that next defender that's foaming at the mouth for you is that sideline. You've got to work back on the inside.
Ball goes back. Ramsey is on it. It was a little miscue, but knocked there. So referee will see what the call is going to be. Interesting. Must have been, was there a second knock by upstate New York that they're coming back in the advantage here? It's going to be a scrum for upstate New York.
Might have been just a little game of hot potato there at the line out. Now looking at it, it looks like it does get knocked on over, and then Ramsey's on it. I don't know. Ref is kind of up to interpretation, but it does go in favor of upstate New York.
Ref's in a bit of a better position than us, though, so we'll find these calls. Of course, ball comes back nearly to upstate New York, the Snow Leopards, but it comes straight out of the tunnel there. So they're going to set it down again in the second half. 19-7, work to do here for the upstate New York Snow Leopards. Rugby Northeast certainly happy to have time tick off the clock. Very stacked back line here for this upstate New York team, but they're going to go quickly around the side here through Kaylee Middaw. Middaw, a competitor and a half. Kaylee Middaw gets some ground, gets the ball up there to Ashley Reed. Ashley Reed into contact. Another St. Bonaventure player from Orchard Park, New York, just outside of Buffalo. Buffalo Bills, I'm sure her team playing later today for the right to go to the Super Bowl against the Chiefs, but right now, more importantly, we have great rugby going on. Player from Rugby Northeast wants to continue to run, but they will come back for a scrum here to Rugby Northeast as the time ticks away.
Sometimes yesterday we didn't see upstate New York connect on that last little bit of play to be able to put those players away. They have good ball handlers. They have the ability to finish the job here, but it's just that last bit. Ramsey does a beautiful pass. It finds hands. And then here, if you have a steep backline and you have somebody who has the space, give it early. Don't wait until you're in the defensive line. It puts yourself under a lot of pressure.
Big pressure coming in, speaking of it, at the scrum here. So a scrum penalty. Ball comes to upstate New York. So their opportunity. Players are back 10, so they're good to go there. Middaw takes a run with it. Middaw gets by one. Middaw inside the 22. Middaw not wanting to be stopped there. The grad student from St. Bonaventure. Ball advantage here to Rugby Northeast. Referee had his hand out there. So scrum advantage. They might want to think about this one. They don't want to get mired down inside their 22, Rugby Northeast. See what the eventual decision is there. Ball moves out there from Fields. They put in a kick. It's back for Wilt. Wilt at her own halfway. Plenty of room to run. Wilt takes a left, looking for that corner. She's got a number of defenders coming her way. Player gets one hold on the jersey, can't quite get there. Wilt gets by another ankle tap there, but Camille Wilt is going to touch that one down. The senior from Syracuse, a studio arts major, touches down 5 points for this upstate New York team. They're at 10, kick to come.
It was pretty creative there for Wilt as well, being the studio arts major. I mean, we've talked about the confidence of some of these players that trust their pace and trust what they're capable of. And Wilt just does a good job of seeing that there is a little bit of space to work with. And even with Rugby Northeast doing their best to corral her to the side, it just looks like they are not going to be able to catch her. Because of that, it looks like we've got Bishat Dunner coming on. Probably should call her the janitor. Hopefully she can kind of clean up the act there for Rugby Northeast. But upstate New York, I mean, this is a very achievable ball game. They're going to have to throw whatever they can at it to contain the Snow Leopards.
19-12, but that is not what you're going to want there from this upstate New York team. So they have not gone 10 off the restart. Legendary coach Chris Pudge Ryan calls that the coach killer.
Every single time.
He wants to trademark that term. So ball comes across, it bounces there, knocked forward by Upstate New York. So opportunity here, but Bishop Dunner, ball in hand, back in the game. Just 7 points in it here. Rugby Northeast. Peterson takes that one in. Are they done with that scrum advantage here? Settling that down might not have been a bad idea. They drive themselves forward through Emma Cullen. Bishop Dunner pointing off in the other direction. Good, strong defense coming in from Ramsey. Pressure coming on. Little bounce pass there. Winds up in the hands of Peterson. So they're at halfway. Player from Rugby Northeast, is going to get penalized for holding on to that one. So 7 points in, and time winding down, minute 20. Here come Upstate New York, the Snow Leopards. Can they fourth this in the corner at least? But it goes over the head there. So it is Bishop Dunner and Kumapai in a challenge for the ball. And it seems to have been knocked on there by Bishop Dunner in the tackle. But time running down here, we're at a minute. So strong defense needed from Rugby Northeast.
And they had the space to burn there. The pass just wasn't a good one coming in for Olive, and it could have generated them a lot of space. They get to breathe a sigh of relief here due to the knock-on from Bishop Dunner. Probably a little bit tired after she scored 3 tries earlier and then came back on. It looks like we are almost about done with this time, so Upstate New York are going to have to pull some bunny rabbit out of the bag here and really make this count.
A very deep set of backs here. Last time mid-all went, but this time they're going to go and move it out into the hands of Ashley Reed. She gets it across. They're looking at Kumapai to finish this off. Kumapai gets by one. Bishop Dunner on the chase. Kumapai can get away, but Bishop Dunner back in the game. Comes around to try to turn that one over. Ball is in Upstate New York hands. Again, down 7. Would need a converted try to tie it up here. Coming across field. Ball bounces in front of Ramsey. It is in the hands of Wilt. Wilt, another try scoring machine here. Player trying to come in, looking for disruption at this breakdown. Referee says, let's play. McKenna Ramsey moves it out. Gets the ball out into the hands of Mia Pop. They go a little wider, looking for Kumapai again. Any mistake will end this. Bishop Dunner, another tackle on Kumapai. Good work there. Referee says that is fine. It is in the hands of Rugby Northeast. Rugby Northeast going to kick that one into touch. And that is going to end our pool play for the All-Stars here at National Collegiate Rugby's Collegiate All-Star Sevens weekend. We are going to step aside, but go to the NCR app or go to NCR's website, and you can find out who is going to be playing in the championship rounds. Coming up at 9:55 is going to be a finals here for the Rising Stars. So 9:55 going to bring you 2 games. First one, Mid-Atlantic versus Great Waters, and then North Atlantic versus Eastern Penn and Rising Stars. And check the app. They're going to get some scores together to find out who is going to be in the All-Star semifinals. Stick with us. We'll be back with more rugby, 9:55 a.m.